Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, hosts of Live with Kelly and Mark, recently talked about Kelly's hair. Kelly is thinking of making a significant shift, even though she still sports her long golden hair. Kelly Ripa's blonde hair dyeing is wearing her out. During the Live with Kelly and Mark program on Wednesday, April 24, Kelly Ripa brings up her hair. She talks about the endless hair dyeing process it takes to achieve the perfect blonde hair that she often wears. I got my hair colored last night, and I cannot tell you how long it takes now to cover my gray hair, Kelly relates in a conversation with her husband, Mark Consuelos. She also comments, frustrated by the procedure, "It's endless. You asked, are you done? When you arrived last night. It takes hours and hours," she continues. To her dismay, though, things didn't work out the way she had hoped. "And I swear, I still see gray hair this morning," she continues. "I'd like my hair to be gray. All it wants is to be gray." Kelly Ripa is thinking about changing up her long blonde hairstyle. Mark Consuelos tries to assist in finding answers after Kelly Ripa explains the difficult procedure she goes through to maintain her golden hair. He then inquires about his wife's thoughts on letting the gray happen, but Kelly pauses for a long time, stunned. "You're not ready yet," Mark says, supporting his wife. However, Kelly gets her act together and responds, "No, I would do it." Kelly reluctantly says, "I just don't think, you've seen my gray hair," as an explanation for her weight. It differs from a stunning silver or a lovely white. It is nearly translucent. It's almost translucent in its quality, which I think is weird, Kelly says, trying to think of the best way to explain it. "It resembles colorless hair." Mark responds with a laugh, picturing her description. "So maybe keep that," referring to Kelly's hair color. Haunts of gray hair. Ripa Kelly. Notably, Kelly Ripa has already brought up her gray hair. She previously talked about how she let her roots grow during the COVID-19 pandemic. Finds Cher's case to be really persuasive in the end, nevertheless, pointing out that she wasn't into gray hair. "In the early days of the pandemic, I had embraced my gray hair in private while publicly using brown eyeshadow to paint my roots some shade that wasn't Santa Claus white," Kelly said at the time to her co-host Ryan Seacrest. This occurred on an episode of Live with Kelly and Ryan in January 2022. "However, I think, I look great with gray hair. You can barely tell in real life." However, she shakes her head no, completely contradicting her assertion. Cher was saying that gray hair is not for her, she adds, acknowledging Cher. "You see, folks everywhere are embracing their gray hair, but she isn't giving in and doesn't give a damn about the fad. People are accepting their gray hair." In addition, Kelly is adamant that "I need to dye my hair." She does, however, believe that gray hair is a very personal choice. "Some people, in my opinion, look fantastic with gray hair." Kelly reiterates that each situation is unique, saying, "I think it depends on the person. I genuinely do." Blondists enjoy their time more. Hairstylist Ryan Trigstead posted a picture of Kelly Ripa with slightly darker blonde hair on Instagram in 2023. "A little more blonde for Kelly Ripa before vacation." He captions the photo, just before he gives her a new appearance. Before growing gray, Kelly's hair was, to be honest, considerably darker. She thinks back to the moment she decided to embrace her blonde status. She remembers, "We were doing a week here on the show called Blonde Week or something. The producer called me while I was on maternity leave and asked, 'Would you consider dyeing your hair blonde?' 'Sure, I'll dye it blonde,' I replied. We did, but I only did it for a short time." However, her hair grew coarser and grayer following her second C-section. In 2021, Kelly acknowledges on Live that "my gray hair became more prominent than my dark hair. Unfortunately, it was more practical, so we kept it blonder," she says. What are your thoughts on Kelly Ripa's potential hair color change? Would she like to go gray, in your opinion? For decades, Kelly Ripa's golden mane has been as much a part of her signature as her quick wit and sparkling personality. Her long, sun-kissed blonde hair, effortlessly styled, always camera ready, has followed her through nearly every era of her career, from her early days on All My Children to her powerhouse reign as the host of Live. But during a recent taping of Live with Kelly and Mark, fans witnessed something they never expected. Kelly, the queen of blonde, hinted that she might finally be ready for a major hair transformation. It all began innocently enough. The morning show was in full swing, filled with its usual blend of humor, chaos, and celebrity gossip. Kelly and her husband co-host, Mark Consuelos, were chatting about celebrity makeovers, specifically how several stars had recently gone dark brunette for fall. Kelly, always one for playful commentary, suddenly sighed and ran her fingers through her cascading waves. You know, she began with a mischievous grin. I've been blonde for so long, I don't even know what my real hair color is anymore. Maybe it's time to switch things up. Mark's head shot up immediately. Wait, what? Switch things up how? The studio audience erupted in laughter as Kelly leaned dramatically across her desk, lowering her voice as if sharing a top-secret confession. I'm thinking brunette, or maybe red, or maybe even, dare I say, platinum white. I just feel like my hair needs a whole new era. Mark feigned shock, pretending to clutch his heart. Hold on. Are you telling America that Kelly Ripa might not be blonde? This is breaking news. Kelly chuckled, but the twinkle in her eyes suggested that the idea wasn't entirely a joke. Hey, don't get too comfortable, Consuelos. You might wake up one day next to a whole new woman. The banter continued, but viewers could sense something real behind the teasing. Kelly Ripa, known for her lively personality and ever-youthful energy, seemed genuinely intrigued by the idea of reinvention. After the show, the conversation spilled onto social media. Clips of Kelly's hair confession spread like wildfire across platforms. Fans flooded the comments section with everything from disbelief to excitement. New Kelly, the blonde is iconic, one viewer wrote. Another replied, honestly, a dark brunette Kelly Ripa era? I'd be seated. By that evening, Live's official Instagram page had posted a playful poll. Should Kelly switch up her blonde locks? Within hours, tens of thousands of fans voted, and the results were surprisingly split. 55% urged her to keep her trademark blonde, while 45% encouraged her to take the plunge and try something bold. The next morning on Live, Kelly couldn't resist addressing the buzz. As the show opened, the crew played a dramatic montage of hair transformations from celebrity icons, from Jennifer Aniston's Rachel cut to Kim Kardashian's bleach blonde phase. Kelly laughed as she watched the clip, shaking her head. This is what happens when you say one little thing about changing your hair, she said, pointing to the audience. The internet explodes. Mark, ever the supportive husband and occasional instigator, leaned in with a grin. So, did you make up your mind yet? Should we call your colorist? Kelly paused thoughtfully, as if she really was considering it. You know, I've had blonde hair for almost my entire career. It's been through everything. The early morning alarms, the weather disasters, the live bloopers. It's like my loyal sidekick. But lately, I've been thinking, maybe it's time for something that feels fresh. Something that says, new chapter. She then added playfully, or maybe I just need a nap and a deep conditioning treatment. Still, the topic lingered. Throughout the week, fans and celebrity friends chimed in. Ryan Seacrest, her former co-host, commented under one of her photos, "If you go brunette, I'll go blonde." Andy Cohen joked on Watch What Happens Live that he'd mourn the blonde era if she did it. Even her daughter, Lula Consuelos, reportedly texted her mom, saying, "You would look amazing with auburn hair, but don't let dad talk you out of it." The family banter gave fans another glimpse into the genuine warmth that defines Kelly and Mark's relationship. On Friday's Live, Kelly revealed that even at home, the debate continued. "Mark actually brought me a wig," Kelly shared, laughing. He said, "If you're going to do it, at least test drive the look first." So now we have a brunette Kelly wig sitting on our kitchen counter. It's terrifying. It looks like it's about to start hosting the show without me." Mark jumped in. "Hey, I just wanted to be supportive." And for the record, the brunette Kelly was kind of mysterious. I felt like I was in a spy movie. Their on-air chemistry, as always, was electric, playful, flirtatious, and full of humor. But beneath the jokes, there was an underlying theme of evolution. Kelly spoke candidly about how, over the years, she's learned to embrace change rather than fear it. "I think as women, especially in this business, we get attached to the things that make people recognize us. Our look, our hair, our image. But at some point, you realize it's okay to surprise people. It's okay to reinvent yourself, even if it's just through a new haircut." She paused, glancing toward the audience, her expression softening. "I've always believed in having fun with life. And if that means one day showing up on live with dark hair and shocking the world, well, that's just another story for the highlight reel." The crowd erupted in applause. Whether or not Kelly Ripa actually follows through with the transformation remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, her willingness to embrace the idea has sparked a conversation larger than hair color. Fans admire her for her confidence, her humor, and her ability to evolve while staying authentically herself. As one fan wrote on X, formerly Twitter, "Kelly Ripa changing her hair isn't about the color. It's about showing that you can keep reinventing yourself at any age. That's why she's still our morning queen." Over the weekend, paparazzi photos captured Kelly leaving a New York salon, wearing a baseball cap pulled low over her forehead. Naturally, the internet went wild with speculation. Did she do it? Is this the reveal? We need answers, Kelly. On Monday's episode, the suspense was finally addressed. Though in classic Kelly fashion, she kept everyone guessing. As the show opened, the camera zoomed in on her chair. The audience gasped as Kelly appeared wearing a shimmering brunette wig, rich chocolate brown and sleek, falling just below her shoulders. Mark, playing along, feigned astonishment. "Who is this woman? And what have you done with my wife?" Kelly burst out laughing, pulling off the wig to reveal her familiar blonde hair underneath. "Relax, everyone. I couldn't let go just yet. But you have to admit, brunette Kelly had a moment." The crowd cheered, and social media once again exploded with laughter, heart emojis, and playful pleas for her to make it permanent. For now, it seems Kelly Ripa's iconic blonde locks are here to stay. But the seed has been planted. Whether she eventually embraces a darker hue or not, she's reminded fans of what they love most about her. Her fearless spirit, her sense of humor, and her ability to keep surprising the world. As one viewer perfectly summed it up, "Kelly Ripa doesn't need to change her hair to prove anything, but if she does, she'll still shine just as bright. Blonde, brunette, redhead, she'll always be life's golden girl."